Hello, today let's talk about yet another batch of accessories from ddHiFi, because still our hobby is unimaginable without good accessories, and ddHiFi definitely made them. I already did review of some of their creations not so far ago. Of course, I will add the link to that video in the description and at the end of this video, but today let's talk about another exciting items. So TC09BL, it's a USB cable for iPhones. BC150B is their new headphone cable from their top lineup. Also we'll take a look at two really good USB on the go cables, and also we have a storage bag made by ddHiFi. It's a new version 2013, and of course it's the most portable thing ever because it's created to be ported somewhere. So let's have a closer look. Let's start our explorations with ddHiFi C2023. It's the bag to carry your audio gear, but actually it's all just a great bag that can easily serve you as your urban bag. And taking into account that to Northern Hemisphere coming summer, and I suppose we'll have some nice weather, it's nice to have a small bag to carry your necessary things with you. So it's made of nylon, and the lining is polyester, and the bottom is black cowhide leather, and good zippers from YKK, and you can see dimensions and weight. Everything looks really promising in terms of materials here. And bag is nice. As you can see, it's a compact, but of course ddHiFi paid a lot of attention to make it as much universal as possible. So here is double-sided logo. You can select company's logo with motto, or you can select just 2023 if you want something more actually less verbose, or you can create some custom plate here and glue. On the front we have a front pocket, so you can put here some documents. If you, of course, if your country has has everything okay with criminal situation, you can put here some spare money, documents, ID, or something like that. If you don't have good criminal situation, you can put I don't know, a pack of hand wipes to conveniently get them when you need them, or something like that. So on the back side they have an open compartment, so basically you can put some player here and gain access to its ports from the top side, but in general it's a universal compartment where you can put put something. And with a slight movement of zipper, actually just need to keep it straight here on the corner, so we can move it here and unzip, and this compartment became much bigger. You can even fit a small bottle of water inside, which is also a pretty decent thing to have. And as you can see, ddHiFi took care about reinforcing different parts to make them more durable and more reliable. So if you don't need this compartment extended, just zip it back. And that's it. Once again, this turn requires a bit of precision, or actually not precision, just need to put this part down, back inside, and that's it. And what I actually really like here, zippers here are not dingling that much, because I have a really good storage bag made by Samsonite, but the zippers there like making some crazy sounds as I walk, and that's definitely not something I want to do. Here is the main inner compartment and also a shoulder strap. So let's see what's inside here. So you'll get some internal carbine, perfect for keys, I think. Seems like it's a main idea. You'll get one compartment, actually. Let me try to shine some light on the internals. You'll get compartment here, and of course silica gel inside, and also internal compartment with zipper where you can store some small things. And of course inner part is just a soft storage where you can put here your player, for example, and here amplifier, or vice versa. You can put some small transport here and put inside something like fuse Q7. And of course you have two zippers here, so you can select where you want them to close. So you can let cable out, for example, here or somewhere here. So a lot of options. And even shoulder strap is also done with care for the details. So first detail is how we should unwrap it, but it should be just actually not that easy, but I wonder, can I break it without taking scissors or knife? Yeah, so a bit of pushed force. So nice nylon shoulder strap with some, actually not some, two carbines, pretty reliable one. And if you pay attention, there are 5 different places where you can attach the carbine. So you can attach it here and here, for example, if you want just a regular shoulder bag. You can attach actually both to this part, and it will be handling just with this at this part. You can select some angled option like bottom here and top here. It will be hanging at 45 degrees. You can get some short third-party short strap to attach here. You can get some carbines to make it more universal, because they have a lot of places where you can attach something like here and here. And actually let's pay attention to this strap. So you can adjust size as usual for such models. Here is size adjustment. Actually I wonder to see how it will behave after 1 year, because Samsonite stripe after 1 year became much worse. It appeared some fibers on the ends of this stripe, and they put a lot of attention here. So you can attach something small here, something bigger here with some carbine. You have an extra option to hang something like, I don't know, a bottle of water, for example. Also here you get small compartment where you can put your Bluetooth receiver. So up to BTR7 you can put here some BTRs, some Shanling receiver, Wi-Fi, and all and other models that you can find that will fit into this compartment. So this part already longer than it should be. So universal, well made, well thought, well stitched bag. Rumors are that this year iPhones will be released with USB Type-C connectors. Not sure how true will it be, and will it be for all regions or not, but still there are a lot of devices with Lightning connectors, and that's why next item for our review is TC09BL. So it's USB Type-B to Lightning cable. I reviewed similar one with Type-C in the previous review, but I have a few old iOS devices, so it also will be really handy and convenient to me. And as you can see, it's NIX series products, which means that here used really high-end cables. And price is $80 for the 50 centimeter version, or $95 for the 1 meter version. And it's like mass task from first classes of the school, like giving that price calculates how much cost 50 centimeters of cable. And let's move inside the box. As you can see, actually ddHiFi added this scratch protected QR codes to validate that you're getting original product and not some fake. Probably they did that because some fakes started to appear. And also here they mentioned different materials that used for the data part and power part. So high purity leads pure silver, and shielding is leads oxygen free copper plus leads silver plated over LCOFC. And for the power part, high purity leads oxygen free copper with leads silver plated copper. So it's like some technologies from space. And so if NASA needs to connect some digital to analog converters on the International Space Station, probably they came out with something similar. Not only in terms of materials, but also in terms of design. Of course, here is cable itself, and same as it was previous time, it feels really well built and looks super cool, and also provides maximum possible shielding from the electromagnetic interference, which is sometimes important with smartphones. So here it is. On one side we're getting pretty bulky and big, but definitely good looking and high quality USB Type-B connector. And then here goes the cable. It's actually pretty thick and not super soft. But as you can see, there are two parts, power one and digital signal one. They are separated and isolated, so maximum shielding from the interference. And here is lightning connector, so if you have some thick case, probably it won't fit to the slot, but usually modern cases are pretty slim, so you'll fit it with nice confidence. Anyway, I never said that USB cable can improve signal. I already talked about that in the previous part, and it's just because USB cable is for digital transmission and it won't change the sound like someone can expect, like add bass, remove treble or something like that. It's just impossible with digital transmission. And what can be a real issue, it's electromagnetic interference, and this cable does as much to shield it. So in this aspect, it's the best protection from the cable you can get, and that's this TC09BL. And also, of course, it looks great, so iPhone will integrate into your hi-fi system with good sense of style. Next two items will be most useful for vast majority of audience, because it's short USB on-the-go cables that you can use to connect your smartphone or other device to your dongle digital to analog converter. You can get USB Type-C to USB Type-C version, or you can get Lightning to USB Type-C, and it's also NIC series product, which means that you'll get the highest quality of cables, and you can get 10 centimeter or 50 centimeter. I decided that 10 are more useful in my cases, because main use for me is still the portable digital to analog converter. And on the back side you can read all the information about cables used here. For data, for power, and even shielding material is silver plated leads, so looks really nice. And also I must admit that this new approach to packaging by the ddHiFi also looks pretty nice. Inside, as usual, you'll get really tightly fitting box. So to unpack it, we'll need some useful tool. Let me think which one will suit better here. So let's try to open with opener. But box is fitting really tightly and I don't want to damage it too much. So are my fingers strong enough to pull it out or not? That's the interesting question. And of course, such a tightly put lids is great sign of attention to the details, but you will need to apply some force to open it. And not in totally correct way, but I still managed to open it. You can see that it even a bit damaged because of that tight fit. Here is the first cable, and let's try to repeat this procedure for the second one, and actually it came out easier, so probably this one was a bit misaligned. So both cables are pretty similar. You can see that round tube insulation, and you can also see this silver plated lids shielding with some really unusual braiding, and inside go cables for data and power. What I really like here, of course, are connectors. You can see yourself that they are really convenient, so zero chances that you will need to apply some big force to put them in or pull out. And what is good here, you're getting a really solid nice grab, meaning that you can pull perpendicular to your device and you don't have to wobble it up and down. You just can pull with force, and that means that you'll give less damage for the transport device. And on the other side, here is USB Type-C and here is Lightning connector. So depending on what phone you have, you can attach digital to analog converters. They seem to be relatively flexible, not super soft, but flexible enough to bend it this way and use in your pocket. Or of course better not in the pocket, better in some bag. I really hope that ddHiFi will release angled version of these cables in the future. Looks attractive, looks durable, probably it will be resistant to strain damage here, and also looks great, works well, so what else we need here? And last but not the least, BC150B. It's a cable created for the headphones. ddHiFi had a lot of models for the in-ear monitors in different series. I reviewed some of them too, but now they decided to make something for the full-size headphones, so they offer this cable with 3 length options: 145 centimeters, 195 and almost 3 meters. It starts with $120 and ends with $190, which I think a pretty decent price for the good cable. They have 3.5mm normal and 2.5mm longer connectors on the headphone side, and also Sennheiser 2-pin. Also on their website they announced model with focal connectors and with connectors for the Sennheiser 800 series. And 3.5mm, how they name it, longer, it's mainly for Mazen 99 classics and some other models that have 3.5mm socket like deep inside the cup. So let's open this box. Everything is pretty simple and traditional here. Bunch of silica gel, some manual, and here is cable itself. ddHiFi used here really complex structure with different material for signal plus, signal minus and shielding. So it's 3 layers coaxial cable made of different types of silver, copper alloy, silver plated copper, pure silver, silver leads and so on. If you're interested, they have diagrams on their website describing the internal structure. But that's probably will be one of the most silver things I have. And of course you can get different type of connectors on the source side. So I've got Pentagon, like one of the most common cables nowadays. So nice big connector, which is really easy to plug and unplug thanks to this like grippy shape. And here goes cable itself. Looks really interesting inside of the insulation, and it's just braided to the spiral. So just two wires, because all cables are located inside of that wires in the coaxial manner. It's not super soft, but microphonic effect is low. I'd say that it's probably average in terms of softness. Here is pretty big and weighty splitter, which is necessary to pull cable down so it will stay in place. And here are extended 3.5mm connectors. Of course they will fit pretty okay to all headphones with 3.5mm, and recently we have a lot of such models. I don't know, Sandy, Fio full-size cans, but of course most interesting for me was Meze models 109 and 99 mod classics. So as usual, I say that impact on sound is not big and it's different for different headphones, so each cable should be tested in the particular pairings and combinations. So with 99 classics you'll get a bit more forward mids and a bit tighter bass, so there won't be reduction in the quantity of bass, and there is no boost in the treble area, because a lot of people still think that silver boosts treble. Of course some cables can do that, but it's not like absolute rule, so it needs to be checked in practice. So here you'll get a bit more forward mids for the 99 and a bit faster bass, which for me is pretty good changes. But of course most of all I wanted to try them with Meze 109, and I use them on the daily basis, and I use them with Meze balanced cable. So compared to the Meze cable, this one is a bit more highlighting mid frequencies, moving them forward, same as for 99. But this time it also improves a bit treble extension, but makes treble a bit more lightweight. It's not changing quantity or quality, just shifting the perception. So like two different types of signature, with this one is a bit like more on the mid-focused and airy side. Really interesting effect, but honestly I can't decide what I like most, so I just periodically switching them. And to summarize about this cable, it's really interesting solution for the headphones that definitely gives you noticeable changes in sound, and it's made of high quality materials, looks interesting and well braided, and at the same time cost relatively, actually I say that it's reasonable price in general compared to other cables, but of course it's also not like some super cheap model, but it's impossible to make like affordable cable with all these materials. But still, taking into account that it's Furukawa and different type of silver and so on, I think it's a really good offer. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. We'll be glad to read your feedback in the comments. Have a nice day.